Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, I tell you. Oops, I better turn on the other camera. It's Wednesday. Now it's Wednesday. How are you tonight? What are you grateful for this Wednesday night, the 12th of October, the 12th already? How are you tonight? It is great to have you here with us tonight on this Wednesday in October. It was a beautiful day here in New England. 70-ish, 70 something, I think, actually. It was a good day for a good day. I hope all is well in your world and you are feeling groovy today. Uh, it has been a busy week already. A busy week. I am been hopping all over the place on things. What is happening in your world tonight? That is what I want to know. Oops, I forgot to pull up the big screen over here. I have it over here. Boom. Get that going. Zach Evans on tonight. Whoa. Hope all is well with you and Rachel, Zach. Why isn't this going big? There we go. Come on. Great. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend in Chicago. Hey, Carrie, how are you tonight? Great to have you with us this Wednesday night. What are you all grateful for tonight? On the way home. She made you work late tonight. I hear you. Make sure you get something for dinner. Bring something home for dinner for Rachel. Be the good husband. She might want to keep you around another year since you just want to run another trip around the sun with her. That doesn't guarantee another trip, Zach. Just so you know, just because she went another year with you doesn't guarantee another year. But she's pretty awesome. So it is great to have you all here this midweek here. This hump day. How are you this hump day? It is hump day. It was quite a hump today. I was working on stuff for Make It Happen and getting stuff done, and it has been a day. I was just telling Cassandra before I came on. I was like, I feel like I got run over later today. I said I exercised. I did walked a couple miles and everything, but my you would have thought I lifted a bunch of stuff today. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook, hop right on over to YouTube. Cassandra has the link there for you in the show comments, so you can hop right on. Never fear. Never fear. But how I feel tonight is probably how a lot of you are going to be feeling by Sunday night after you work through some of the things that Angie and I've got playing for you. For those of you that are coming to Chicago this weekend, we are excited about that, and it's so cool. So cool, all the stuff that is happening. So cool, all the stuff that's happening, and we are super excited about it because the best is yet to come. We're gonna start tonight with the Stay Positive book. The Stay Positive book is how we start. Tonight we are on page 144. Plant yourself like a seed and decide to make a difference where you are, and you will grow into the leader and influencer you are meant to be. Plant yourself like a seed and decide to make a difference where you are, and you will grow into the leader and influencer you are meant to be. That is true. That is very true. Um, but there is a lot about becoming a better leader and becoming a better business owner, business manager. So it is an exciting time. Um, I mean, there's so much going on in the world. So let's get right to it. Hollister has done something to their app. Well, actually, their website and their okay rolled out a new tool, and this is kind of interesting. Okay, unlike what I had when I was a kid, Hollister is rolling out Share to Pay that lets shoppers send their carts to someone else for payment. So you can shop the Hollister website. Okay, you can shop to your heart's content, and then you can send it to dad or mom or anybody else, your rich uncle, and have them Apple Pay it. So you pick what you want, and somebody else gets the bill. I think that's a pretty good deal. There is not data on how successful this is yet, and whether there's a big uptick on that. But there's certainly a portion of the population that is there with it. I mean, it happens now anyway. So if you add technology to it to make people's life easier, that's not a bad thing. Shoot, I've done it with Cassandra. Hey, I left this pile of clothes at Kohl's or something. Kohl's or Nordstrom, so she gets her points, and I'm like, I don't have this. I don't do all that, and she goes and buys it. Uh, hey, Kathleen, great to have you here from Alaska. I've learned so much in the past years about being a leader and business owner, but most I've learned is from you. Thank you. We are still thriving and while striving. I love it. I love it, Kathleen. Thank you. Thank you. We'll give that a hearts up there. Um, we are all out to be better. Hey, Rose, how are you tonight? How are things in Florida? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing well on the roller coaster that Florida is. Um, and continuing to get settled. Actually, exhausted. Well, you will get your moment of rest. I know that. I know it's not right now, but I know it will happen. You will get time. Important. Self Care Sunday is coming, Rose. Self Care Sunday. It's important to take time each and every week, even with the chaos that you're going through, for Self Care Sunday. But I thought I'd mention while we're talking roller coasters, that is not the place to take an iPhone 14. And I know you have an iPhone 14. So don't take your iPhone 14 on a roller coaster. Um, the new iPhone 14's crash detection system and emergency calls are being issued from people on roller coasters with their iPhone 14. The iPhone 14 is issuing the emergency distress call while you're on the roller coaster. So do not go on a roller coaster with it, Rose. Uh, I luckily do not have an iPhone 14, and when I'm at the park, I do not take my phone with me. So it is all good. But yes, that is the newest thing with the iPhone 14. But Rose, the Bennett, I know you're exhausted from entering all that inventory, but that is future blessings. That is future blessings for you, and that will help grow you and take you and your store to the next level as you grow out of the hurricane. So I know it's hard and I know it's exhausting on you, but there are many blessings coming from that. Just know that. Doo, 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 doo. Uh, well, that's true. You did have your new iPhone through the hurricane. Yeah, that the we do become dependent on these. Hang in there. Hang in there. Have you ever wondered? This is a Zach question. Zach, since you're here tonight, have you ever wondered how much it costs to smuggle an endangered species across the U.S. border? In this case, a serpent. A New York City man was recently charged with hiding three Burmese pythons in his pants. Three Burmese pythons in his pants as he crossed the U.S. Canada border. And He's facing fines of up to $250,000. But the memories, those are priceless. I don't even know how you do that. How do you stuff your pants with pythons? How do you put pythons in your pants? Hey, Florida Angie, how are you? Thanks for hopping in. I hope you had a good piece tonight. Um, Ian, I the world has these moments where everybody's the big guy. There was a time where Sears was the giant, okay, and the king of retail, and then the innovator and disruptor was Kmart, okay, and then Walmart disrupted Kmart and everything, and then Amazon disrupted everything. And who's trying to disrupt all of that? TikTok. TikTok is looking to open U.S. Fulfillment centers and warehouses to take on Amazon. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? Great to have you here live. Yes, TikTok is buying up warehouse space and order fulfillment space to be a provider of retail, well, fulfillment space, okay, to third party sellers. So they are trying to use their platform, their social platform, TikTok, to be a full sales platform that'll then be fulfilled from TikTok warehouses. So they're trying to one up Amazon. And I don't know that that's going to be the thing that disrupts Amazon, but it's certainly a very interesting discussion. It's certainly a very interesting discussion, and don't bet them out, especially when you look at the long lines of dominance, when you become complacent, when you don't keep on improving, when you don't strive better, okay, it is an opportunity. It opens the door. It literally opens the door for disruptors to come and disrupt your thing. So you can't just chug along. You have to constantly be improved. And Wall Street is getting that idea now too, because they are getting out of. Wall Street is in a big retreat from the direct to consumer model. Okay. They are, if you're not in brick and mortar, Wall Street is taking their money and going. The cost of customer acquisition, the cost of customer retention, and the just burning cash that all these companies are doing, and all the majority of them are. They are. There isn't a path to profitability of these direct consumer companies. It just costs too much money. Think of everything from mattresses to food delivery. They're just burning money towards customer acquisition, and there is no profitability. Even Wayfair, all these companies, Wall Street is saying, yeah, we'd like to see some profit. In case you missed it, Black Friday has been moved. Black Friday is no longer the day after Thanksgiving. Black Friday is no longer the day after Thanksgiving. It is October. Black Friday is October. Okay, you have Target deal days. You have Amazon Prime Day. Everybody who wants to throw a special is throwing it in October. I have told you that the holidays are the one consistent is everything is moving earlier. I was in a meeting today in between everything else. Don't tell Angie I was away from my what I was working on for Make It Happen to have a meeting. But I was in a meeting with a bunch of traditional retailers, and the whole retail sales cycle is accelerated right now. When everybody is shopping, when they're buying gifts, what they're doing is all happening um, faster, sooner. Holiday shoppers are out there, so if you don't have what they need ready, okay, you need to have what they want on the shelves and be selling it. One of the big surprises this year for a lot of traditional retailers is how much spending has happened on Halloween. That they have been overwhelmed with, actually, is that Halloween spending is up, and that has been seen across the enterprise. But a lot of traditional retailers are worried about first quarter. of 2023, and they're worried about that because of the Christmas hangover and because of the energy hangover. If you're able to lock in some of your energy prices, because they're worried that people are going to have a tough time with some of the energy bills that are coming to heat your homes this winter. Um, and in the north, I mean, you have gas, oil, and propane. Depending on how you're heating, and and for some people, electric. So none of that is going to be cheap this winter. Although you have to do energy saving, energy efficiency upgrades are worth it. So if you can do any of that, that is worth it. Now, with one day of Prime Day in the books, of October Prime Day in the books, the interesting thing, as always, is what people are buying. And the biggest thing people are buying is smaller price points. The average price per item sold has been $29.65. Uh, and the average household spend has been roughly $79.72. So about three items. So far, the top selling items have been Amazon gift cards, Amazon Echo Dots, Melissa and Doug toys, uh, Scott's Turf Builder, and a California King sheet. Uh, and 6 out of 10 items have sold for under $20, while only 4% of items that have sold during Prime Day have been for over 100. So just some interesting stats. 6 in 10 early Prime Access shoppers only shopped at Amazon this Prime Day, but 21% of shoppers made a purchase at another retailer or website as well. 83% of early access shoppers, Prime shoppers during this holiday, said they waited for the sale to purchase a specific item at a discounted price, while 24% passed on a good deal because it wasn't a necessity. So it is very, very interesting what they are doing. What they are doing with that. Levi's is feeling a little inventory heavy, and they cut first quarter orders by 25% because they have too much inventory in their warehouses, which is what a lot of retailers are doing because of when the ships came in. They ordered all this stuff. So it's not necessarily bad in the economy, okay? That wholesale purchasing is slowing isn't a sign directly of the economy. A lot of people are trying to say that's a direct straight line, but the reality is wholesale inventories are high. Okay, retailers have a lot of merchandise on hand, and a lot more merchandise than they did this time last year. And so it is not a straight line that they're cutting this quarter orders, that there's going to be this big recession. I mean, I have said before, I choose not to participate in a recession. Okay, and I am not going to do that because it's a mindset. If you get yourself into the mind that it's going to be bad, it's going to be a recession, okay, you will start living it, even in small ways, and you will make your store that way. If you don't, if you choose that it is going to be a successful, that you are going to take advantage of economic opportunity, that your store is going to be a destination point for things, you will be that. Okay, it all starts up here, people. It all starts up here in your head. So get the whole recession idea out of your head. It's important to be aware of what's happening in the economy, and that's part why I talk about it and try to bring it down to what's happening in your store. Okay, but don't get owned by it. It is important to be aware, but don't get owned by it. Have you seen the fashion trend that is going on? As everything is cyclical, um, while everybody was going for Nikes and Allbirds and everything, loafers and dress shoes are making a comeback. And this is both men's and women's. Fashion influencers, including Justin Livingston, Phil Cohen, Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, are all sporting new collections in loafers and thick-soled dress shoes. So that is all happening. Rose, you are the success story. We're on Team Rose. Okay, we love being a part of your story. But you are the success. When we're just behind the scenes. I mean, we are helping you reach your next level. All the potential is right in there within you. And and I love you as a perfect example, Rose. I mean, so you're right, you're a perfect example. Okay, because you have every reason. Okay, you've had a hurricane. Okay, you've lost your home. You have every reason to be depressed, and go curl up in a ball in a corner, but you've chosen not to. You've chosen to do the hard work to create your success. And we are so incredibly proud of you. Angie and I are. Angie and I are incredibly proud, and your resilience and the work you are doing. Um, Absolutely, positively. Okay, a dime, people, a dime. Okay, and I'm not talking about dropping a dime on somebody. Amazing sales today. That's awesome. That is what I am hearing from stores that are serving their customers in Florida. So I am hearing that, Rose, and I am glad to hear that is the payoff of all the work you are doing to get that inventory processed. Um, one of the presentations I'm working on this weekend is how much inventory do you need, and some of the numbers are pretty interesting. But a dime. If I dropped a dime on your counter, would you pick it up? Hey, Michelle, how are you? Great to have you here live. Um, if I told you I was going to charge you a dime extra, what would you do? What would you do with a dime? It's only a dime. Don't pay a dime. Don't pay more than a dime. Well, interestingly enough, when that question was asked at Best Buy, okay, Best Buy shoppers have given up a plastic bag versus be charged a dime. Okay, you can have your items in a bag, or you can get charged a dime. And Best Buy shoppers are overwhelmingly saying no to the bag. They started this in July at Best Buy, and it is um, bag use in its stores dropped 70% in August and nearly 80% in September compared to the year before. So, I mean, that is some pretty impressive stats. That is some pretty impressive stats. And the cost of bags keeps on going up. So, the fact that cost is coming down is pretty huge. That is pretty huge, and something we should all be looking at if you have not done that yet. It's something, when I read that, I was like, we haven't really looked at that. But if I could cut my plastic bag use, I mean, we're looking at everything, with the cost of other things going up, what can you do to gain additional margin someplace else? Uh, right. Most say no. So, and I think of, your consigners that shop, usually they came in with a bag or came in with something. So, yes, I when I read that and I did the math in my head, over how much plastic bags are costing, $747 for Michelle on her last bag order. So if you could drop that 80%, Michelle, so 747 times zero point 0.8, that would save you 597.60. If you go from 647 to 600, I mean, $600, and your bag order would drop to $147. That would buy a lot of stuff for Avery. I'm just saying. That would buy a lot for Avery. And we have to look at these options, and it is good for our industry. Okay, it's not only good economically, but it is good for the industry. Yes, I think you could find a way, Michelle. Something tells me if I waved all this cash in front of you, and if you just had to ask people not to take a bag, you would say, show me the money, Neil. Show me the money." Uh, we moved on the receipt a long time ago. We've really cut back on the receipts, and the guy I get my receipts from sends me all the time to see if we need more. I have a good relationship with him, but where we've gained with the receipt is email addresses for our marketing. So we email them their receipts. So that really has become the ad there. But if we could save on bags, that Best Buy article, but it's also very green for our industry. So you have to remember that aligns with our mission, that your underlying mission of saving the planet. So this is a good thing. Um, most of the time, well, granted, I keep in mind I don't do most of that. Like most men, I do not do most of the household shopping. But when I go to the grocery store, I go to Costa. I never. Cassandra has all our cars loaded with reusable bags, but I always forget to bring them in. I wheel my cart out and I load them in the car at the back of the car whenever I do the grocery shopping. I fill from the cart to the bag when I'm at the car. Um, but this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for us, and to follow Best Buy's lead. So there's definitely something to be learned from that and asked for that. And certainly, I know how much we are spending a fair amount of money on bags, and the cost of bags has gone up dramatically in the last 2 years. I want to say probably 30 or 40% on bags, just off the top of my head. The cost of that plastic bag has gone up. We're big on reusing bags too. We reuse our bags at intake, but still, it is a cost, and you have to look at these things. Whether it's whether I've talked before about energy savings and the things we've done to save energy, from LED bulbs to joining a solar farm, to I mean, we just keep on looking for ways to keep that expense in line. You have to do that, and it's one of the things I'm talking about in that presentation this weekend is keeping keeping everything in alignment so that your business runs properly. So we'll talk about that. What else we talk about is this video, and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, you can ring the bell. Ring the bell. That Disney bell. We're 10 days away from that, so that you know when another one drops. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8th and Ish. Every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8th and Ish. I will not be here this coming Sunday because I will be at the Make It Happen dinner. I will be at the Make It Happen dinner in Chicago Sunday night. So I will not be live, but I will be back next Wednesday. I will be back next Wednesday, the 19th. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Stay Positive book. The Stay Positive book is how we start every night. Tonight, we're on page 144. Plant yourself like a seed and decide to make a difference where you are. You'll grow into the leader and influencer you're meant to be. When you face negative people, know that the key to life is to stay positive in the face of negativity, not in the absence of it. After all, everyone will have to overcome negativity to define themselves and create their success. Yes, you will. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abrams. Tonight, a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a happy party Sunday night in Chicago. Until then, and until I see you there, I'll see many of you there. Know that you, but most importantly, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you next week.